I don't know if I'm gonna recover from this one.
The worst date I've ever been on actually started off as the best date I've ever been on.
Do you want to know what she asked for? 6 orders of jalapeno poppers. Do you know how much that costs? $90. $90 on jalapeno poppers. I'm at a loss for words, but I don't say anything. I think she's kidding. Even our server looked at her and was like, are you sure you want 6 orders of jalapeno poppers? Like, that's what you want?
The worst date I've ever been on actually started off as the best date I've ever been on. Boom. Me and this boy go out to eat. It's perfect. We had set it up the week before. He said, I'm gonna come pick you up. Great. Love that. Love a man with a car. Baby, I talk to bums. These bums don't have cars. So for you to have a car, you already get an A+ in my book. Boom. He picks me up and he already had the restaurant that he wanted to go to in mind. He didn't ask me anything, and that's just how I like it. Don't ask me shit. Just take me where you want to take me. He took me to this cutesy little spot on the Lower East Side. We lit. We get in there. We already have a reservation. He said reservation for 2 under Figueroa. Bet. Reservations too? That's crazy. We get sat. We get drinks, a little appetizer to share. We're talking, the conversation's good. He's really, really fucking funny. I love that. Bitch, this date just kept getting better and better. He's cute, he's funny, he seems like he got money. Keep that in mind though, he seems like he got money. Boom, he goes, would you like another drink? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm down for round 2. Our entrees haven't arrived yet. Let's go ahead and get a round 2 before they arrive. So we get a second round of drink. These drinks are so nice, bro. Like, I love a good drink with a nice little cup with a little garnish. I love that shit. I'm just a girl. And he's just the boy, but he's loving them shits too. We like knocking them shits back at this point. Now our entrees are here. We get a third drink. I'm feeling them. He's clearly feeling them because we just yapping away. He telling me about his life story. I'm telling him my life story. Then we get little boxes to put our leftover food to go. But then he was like, would you like dessert? And I am a dessert girly. Like, absolutely. Excuse me, sir, may I please have a dessert menu? I say to the waiter, baby, I get that dessert menu. That shit look good as fuck. I'm like, would you like to share one or do you want to get like your own? He was like, oh, we can share one. I'm like, bet. No problem with me. So we end up getting like this chocolate lava cake mousse thing. And then our server comes and sets the bill on the table. This is the part where like normally I would pull out my lip gloss and start applying it, right? As he picks up the check, starts pulling out his card or cash. I don't judge. As I'm sitting here about to pull out my lip gloss to reapply it, the check is still sitting in the center of the table. What's taking him so long? Why is he not picking it up? I'm applying my lip gloss, doing my thing. I finish, I put it back in my little baguette. Check is still there. So now I'm kind of just looking around. Some people don't like to pay right away. Some people like to stay and talk. So I'm like, he must just want to stay and talk. And you know, that's cool with me and everything. I don't care. We can stay and talk. But now it's been 15 minutes and we're still just like chatting. And the chat is getting smaller and smaller. Eventually, I'm just like, are you ready to go? He was like, yeah, let me just go to the bathroom. I'm like, do you want to just put your card down so that while you're in the bathroom, he could like take the payment? And then when you come back from the bathroom, all you got to do is just sign and we could leave? Or like, and he was like, my card? He was acting confused. Bitch, I was actually confused. Yes, your card. What do you mean, my card? Your card. Hello? Unless you're using cash. Baby, this man said, oh, baby, I thought this was on you. What the fuck made you think that? Now, listen, I'm not a bougie bitch. I'll pay for dates. I actually love taking men out on dates. But this is our first date. And this is a date that you initiated. And this is a restaurant that you chose. And these are reservations that you made. You picked me up. You brought me here. Therefore, you have to pay. It's like obviously, like, I'm not gonna pay for this shit. What the fuck? He was like, yeah, you wanted me to take you on a date, so I took you here, but you gotta pay for it. Why the fuck would I have to pay for it? What? And my thing is too, right? If I'm on a date with someone and I know I'm not paying, I don't even look at the check. I don't give a fuck how much the check is because I'm not paying. So I don't need to know. The only way I'll look at a check is if I'm the one that's paying because I need to see how much I gotta pay. But if someone else is paying, I'm not looking in there. That's none of my fucking business. I don't care. He opened it. He said it's $160. Here you go. Take care of it while I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I took that shit. I closed it right back up and I said, absolutely the fuck not. You can take care of that shit right now. Then you can go to the bathroom. I'm not paying for this date. He was like, I'm not paying for the date either. This was something you wanted to do. I don't take bitches out on dates. Oh, you don't take bitches out on dates? Okay, bet. I pulled my phone out. He said, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just transferring some funds from my savings to my checking so I can go take care of this. But I have Apple Pay, so I have to go up to the front. He said, okay, do what you gotta do. The second date's on me. I said, okay, no problem. While you go to the bathroom, I'll go take care of the bill. Bitch, I was on my phone ordering my Uber. The fuck is you talking about? I said, yeah, go ahead, go to the bathroom. I'll take care of the bill while you're in there. I went up to the front. I said, thank you so much. Everything was excellent. I'm gonna step outside, but my date is gonna take care of the bill. Don't worry. He said he was gonna tip you 30%. Went outside, my Uber was almost there, got in my shit, and I left.
What has happened to that lady was awful. It's very wrong for you to invite someone for a date and then you don't want to pay for what you have taken. It's really wrong. And whoever invites you, whoever invites the other party for a date, he or she is responsible for paying for it. Because first of all, you sat down and came up with a thought, came up with a time, came up with a meeting point, and I don't see why you should not go ahead and because you have just known the location you are going to meet. I don't see what is the difficult part for you to for going ahead and just checking on the menu online. Everything in 2026, everything is online. I don't see why you should not go online and just peruse and know what are the restaurants they offer and even the amount of money you're supposed to have so that you'll be able just to cater for each and everything that you're supposed to have. It's really, really sad to hear such kind of stories. And that's why you see people don't want even to go out there and mingle. Because of this all disappointment that people are facing each and every day. It does not apply even to ladies alone. Even men have come out and talked about such stories. For any lady, if someone invites you for a meetup, it's very important before you leave your house. Just make sure you carry a card or just some cash with you. It's very important for you to be safe out there. Yeah. Let me know if you are in the shoes of that lady. What would you have done in such situation? Drop your thoughts down below and give the video a big thumbs up.
You guys gotta listen to this. So I matched with this girl on Hinge, and I know what you're saying, Christian. Why are you still using Hinge? Why are you still using dating apps? You gotta have faith. You gotta play the game, okay? Anyways, so yeah, I matched with this girl. I'm not gonna give her a name yet, but I really liked all of her prompts. They were funny, they were engaging. We had really good banter on Hinge. We had really good banter when I gave her my number. Things were going extremely well. So I'm not sure how we got to the point we're at, but they started off good. She actually had her Instagram handle in her Hinge profile, so I checked out her Instagram, put my best detective hat on. Kind of pointless, she was private, so I didn't learn a lot from her. But anyways, so we're texting, talking about normal things, talking about shows and movies and what we do for work. You know, the very normal conversation you have in a talking stage leading up to a first date. And I was kind of over texting at this point. So I planned a first date for last night. And I texted her and said, hey, I'm kind of hungry. Do you want to go get some food and maybe something to drink? And she says, oh my God, yes. Yes, I would love that. I'm starving. Good start. Good start to the date. I sent her the name of the restaurant. I told her, hey, meet me at 8:30. She said, sounds good. Can't wait. 7:15, I get a text. Hey, I'm here. Why? Why are you there an hour and 15 minutes early? And she just says like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm already here. So I'm like, okay. And now I rushed to get ready. Didn't even do my hair. But I wanted to go on this date. I meet up with this girl at the restaurant, and she looks maybe 10-15% of what her Hinge profile and her Instagram profile picture showed. I'm not even sure if it's the same person. Did this make me freak out a little bit? Yeah. Did I start thinking a million different things? Yeah. Did I think, is she a serial killer? Did I think, what else she's lying about? Yeah, I did. Now, for context, I'm 25. She looked closer to 50. Like 20, 25 years older than her profile said. But I push it off. And I'm like, you know what? I'm already here, and I want to get to know you for who you are, not your Hinge profile. So I introduce myself, and I'm like, hey, I'm Christian. She's like, hey, I'm blank. And we start our date. Now, one thing I think is very key to the story is all of her profile pictures, the one I could see on Instagram, all of her Hinge profile pictures. She had like long, curly hair. I meet her. She has like a bob. Think of white single mom. Think of Karen. She had a very Karen haircut. So, you know what? For the rest of the story, I'm going to call her Karen. Like the mom that would yell at you at the PTA meeting. Anyways, though, we go up to the host. Host gets us to our table. We sit down. We're looking at the menu. I ask her, I go, is there anything that's like really catching your eye? And she said, I'm not that hungry. I might have something small. And I was like, I would love to split some fried pickles or maybe some of the jalapeno poppers, the bacon wrapped scallops. Something like that sounds really good. And I say like, hey, get whatever you want. Like, I'm paying for the first date. Get whatever you want. She says, okay. And I call our server over and she goes first. You know what she asked for? Do you want to know what she asked for? 6 orders of jalapeno poppers. Do you know how much that costs? $90. $90 on jalapeno poppers. I'm at a loss for words, but I don't say anything. I think she's kidding. Even our server looked at her and was like, are you sure you want 6 orders of jalapeno poppers? Like, that's what you want? And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. And the server's just like, okay, sure. Looks at me to see if I'm cool with it. Yeah, I guess, go ahead. I put my order in. I just get a burger, sweet potato fries. Trying to save money at this point, since she just ordered 6 orders of jalapeno poppers. But anyways, we get back to conversation. We're still getting to learn each other. And the waiter comes over with our food. This is kind of where it all goes wrong. The waiter comes over, drops off my burger and fries, puts 5 plates of jalapeno poppers in front of Karen. 5. Remember how many she ordered? 6. Yeah. Karen notices immediately and goes, there's only 5 plates here. This is only 25 jalapeno poppers. I ordered 30. And the waiter proceeds to tell her, hey, we only had 5 orders left in house. I'm so sorry. You're not going to be charged for the 6th order, but this is all we had. You might as well could have told this lady that we just took her firstborn child out back, and that's how upset she got. Before the waiter even finished explaining they only had 25 jalapeno poppers, way too many for one person, she was going. This is unacceptable, was the first thing she said. Followed up immediately with, I know you have more back in the kitchen. What, are you servers saving them all for your snack? Laying into this kid. Now, I've been a server before, and I probably would have just slapped her. This goes on for like 2 or 3 minutes, and eventually she goes, bring the manager over here right now. I need to speak with the manager. I didn't get what I asked for. So, the manager comes over, and he tries to explain the same exact thing to this lady. I'm so sorry, we only had 5 orders of jalapeno poppers left. It's the best we can do. You're not charged for the extra. She has to speak with corporate. This was not a corporate restaurant. It's a local restaurant. So she asked to call the owner. The manager's like, no, the owner is out of town. So she picks up a plate of jalapeno poppers, dumps it on the floor, and goes, what are you going to do now? I only have 4 orders. Slides another plate off the table onto the floor. Now I only have 3. This is how you treat your customers? Me, the manager, the waiter are just standing there in shock. What the hell is happening? The manager just looks at me, looks at her, and goes, you need to leave the restaurant right now, or we are going to press charges for trespassing. I go, okay, totally understand. Can I settle up for my burger and the 5 orders of jalapeno poppers? He looks at me with so much sadness in his eyes, like, bro, I know this isn't your fault, and goes, it's on the house. Apparently that was the wrong thing to say, because Karen looks at him and goes, oh, so you're going to give him a free meal? You're going to give him a free meal now because you didn't have my jalapeno poppers. What about me? I look at her and I go, you weren't even paying. You were not even spending your money. Why do you care? The waiter and the manager are like holding me back now because I can't take it anymore. This is insanity. And again, they politely ask me, they go, hey, please leave the restaurant or we're going to trespass you. And I go, you know what? Fine. Thank you so much. It wasn't the waiter or the manager's fault. And I literally storm out of the restaurant. I'm leaving. I hear Karen still screaming their ears off. So I don't know what actually happened to her. I pray to God that they did trespass her and she got in trouble because that was insane. I'm going to go back today after work and try to pay my bill. But in that moment, I just had to get out. I want to give that server and that manager a very good tip. I like that restaurant, so I'm going to go back. I hope I'm not banned forever. If you made it this far, I really hope you can enjoy some of my suffering. Let me know what you think in the comments, how you would handle this, what you would do, how I have this luck.
I feel the first date can tell a lot about the person you just want to get to know. You are able to know all the red flags and even the green flags in that person. For example, you have seen what the lady has done from that video, from that clip. The whole scandal, the whole commotion she has caused in the restaurant. If it were someone who wanted to go for a proper date, I don't think someone would request all that food. For what purpose? Another thing, I don't think she was the right person. She was the right person on that profile. Maybe she used her daughter's picture maybe to get someone to move on to a date with.
Story time. I went on a date with a very famous actor and it ended up being horrible. So we went out to eat at this really nice place in Miami, one of my faves. Everyone knows him. And I'm like, Lord have mercy, there's gonna be no type of discretion. It was like the entire time people were in our face, looking, turning, watching, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this. Anyway, we sit down, we have our table, we order food, and I don't even know how the conversation ended up here, but he starts talking about how he hates when girls wear Fashion Nova. Meanwhile, I'm wearing Fashion Nova. And I'm like, yo. So I'm too embarrassed at this point to even say anything. At the time, I work with Fashion Nova, like as an influencer. This is back before Instagram deleted my page, but whatever. I'm feeling really cute in my outfit, but I'm like, damn, sir. So we keep talking, we keep eating. The food was so damn good. I'm trying not to eat everything because I can eat a lot and I definitely am a plate clearer, but my outfit was really tight and like a light color, kind of like a stretchy material where I was like, yo, if we do anything after this, I'm gonna look pregnant if I keep eating. So I slow down. So we start talking about family and his family dynamics and my family dynamics, and don't know again how this comes up, but I'm talking about my father and how we don't have a relationship, blah, blah, blah. How about this man starts telling me that I need to find a way for my father and I to be cool again. Sir, do you know this man? Do you know any of the reasons why we are not cool? Do you understand that there could be so many reasons, like he raped me, dropped the G, that we're not cool? Which he didn't, but either way, there could be a multitude of reasons that I'm not with him. And he was just like, oh, you know, a lot of times people's moms don't tell you the whole story of what goes on with your dad. And then before you know it, you have animosity for him and it's not even real. And I'm like, it's crazy to me that men will literally defend other men that they do not know whatsoever off of the strength of what's happened in their current life. So I'm just drinking more. I'm like, Lord have mercy, what is this date? And he is a little older than me, so he has that, like, I know what I'm talking about, like, slightly condescending manner that I can't stand. So I'm hitting him with a, shake your head, Jess, shake your head. Because if I say how I really feel, I'm gonna flip this table and dip. So I'm just like, stay pleasant, just get through this evening. And then it gets worse. I don't know how we end up here, but we start talking about Rihanna. This man starts telling me how much he loves Rihanna, how much he wishes he could date Rihanna, how much he would just do anything for her, how he's like a super fan and all this shit. And I'm like, bruh, who doesn't want to date Rihanna? She's a baddie, she's beautiful, she's from the islands. You done know all how the thing go. But can we not do that right now? Bruh. When I tell you this man, it went into strict and very definitive detail about Rihanna's appearance, about how classy she is, about how he felt like he would just suck her toes and just, it was insane. I knew I would never see him again after the date. I was like, yeah, this is dead. Like, we're never doing this shit again. I said to myself, it's so funny that a lot of women will think that dating men with status and dating these famous men is just gonna make life easier, when they don't realize that a lot of the times, not saying always, but a lot of the times when men have clout or they have money or they have some kind of status, they have their own crap going on in the background that you're probably going to find out about, and they just make it really hard to deal with. And they're not willing to see their own crap because in their mind they're perfect and they're a catch and you should be lucky to be here. But yeah, I never saw bro again.
Bro, being with somebody that's ungrateful is one of the worst things ever. Because listen to this. It was one time I took this girl out on a date, right? Now, mind you, she lived an hour from me. I drove to her apartment, went to her apartment, was waiting outside of her apartment inside the parking garage for like 25 minutes in the first place. All right, that's already bad. Waiting 25 minutes out in the parking garage, she was like, she's almost done. Mind you, she had like a few hours to get ready anyway. So she finally gets done at like 25 minutes while I'm just sitting down there. That should already pissed me off in the first place. So I'm like, okay, cool. She get in the car. She looks good and everything. Body look good and all types of stuff. Get in the car. We started talking and stuff like that to kind of break the ice, and all that. And the first thing we did, we was going to go to see a movie. That time we was going to see a movie. And then we were going to go to eat after that. So when I picked her up, she got in the car. We was talking and all that type of stuff. Went to the movie. The movie during that time, I'm not going to say what the movie is because I don't want her to end up seeing this. But we went to go see that movie. This movie is a very, very popular movie, so it was packed in there anyway. I didn't get tickets at first because I didn't even know that you could get the tickets online, which I should have did in the first place. But they still had a few seats left. So we got 2 seats in the front. It was 2 seats in the front, and the screen was like right there, and we were like right to the side. But when we got there, it was already packed and shit. But when we sat down, she was sitting there looking like, no, I don't like these seats. I'm like, it's cool, like it's not any more seats that we can get. She's like, I don't like these seats. I don't want to sit here. I don't want to watch this movie if we got to sit here. So the whole time I'm like, bro, like we already here. Like we won't just watch the movie. It's not that bad. Like if somebody don't come, because it was a few seats behind us that was still open. I like, if those people don't come and sit there, like halfway through the movie, we'll just get up and we'll go back there and sit there. And she just proceeded to keep saying like, no, like I'm not gonna be interested in the movie. I'm not gonna be watching the movie if I gotta sit here in the seats. So I'm like, yo, just chill. Like, I promise you, if nobody come, we're gonna get to the seats back like that's behind us. I finally got her to calm down and shit. After that, probably like halfway through the movie, I look back there. I'm like, okay, nobody's sitting in those seats. So I told her like, let's go to the seats back there or whatever. So we got up, went to the seats back there. It was a little bit better option. She didn't complain about that. I was like, okay, cool. We got to finish the movie. After we finished the movie, it was kind of a little bit late still. And we were sitting there still in the movie theater, and I was looking on my phone like to see like what places were open for food or whatever. Found something that we both agreed on. I drove over there. It was packed over there as well. Remember, this is a city anyway, so it's gonna be packed. It was packed over there as well. When we got in there, the wait was like 25 minutes. I'm like, I'm not really trying to wait 25 minutes though. And she's like, well, there's nowhere else that we can really go. Like, I want to eat this. Like, I want to go here and all this. I'm like, damn, like, okay, like we'll wait 25 minutes. All right, cool. Ended up finally getting the table. We didn't have to wait as long as 25 minutes because it was just 2 of us. So we ended up getting, a seat or whatever. Then when she got the menu, she looking at the menu saying like it's not much on there that she really want. I'm like, bro, you was already complaining about the movie situation. Then you had me wait here at this place for almost 20 minutes to get some seats. And now you complaining about the menu. Then she finally decided on what she wanted to get. And I remember she ended up getting mac and cheese, steak, and broccoli, whatever. And I got what I got. She ate most of her stuff. I ate all of my stuff. She took her stuff to go. I'm driving her back, to her place or whatever. Now she wants to stop at the store to get a drink. I'm looking at her like, bro, like we literally you just had something to drink when we was at the fucking restaurant. Like, no, I'm not stopping there. I'm like, no, we going back to your apartment or whatever. I'm gonna drop you off. She started complaining like you can't even stop at the store and all this and that, and like roll her eyes. So I'm like, bro, like, come on, like you look, it's like you trying to do this extra stuff like on purpose, like to see like how I'm reacting shit. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And took her back to her apartment, whatever. Was sitting in the car talking to her a little bit. I guess because of that, I don't know how she felt about it, but she ended up starting kissing me and shit. Which I'm like, all right, cool. You know, like, if I'm going through all this bullshit, like, yeah, that's the least you could do, you know? So she started kissing me and shit, like, she was laying on my lap and shit, like, with her face in my lap while I'm sitting in the driver's seat. And I'm kissing her, like, while she's this way, like, looking down at her. And basically, long story short, she like, yeah, like, come up to her place. I'm like, if that didn't end up happening, that whole day, bro, would have pissed me the fuck off, because I'm like, come on, like. But yeah, when she said come up to her apartment and shit, you know, like, went up there and, you know, did what she had to do. I'm like, if the night didn't end like that, bro, that would have pissed me the fuck off. Like, it already pissed me off anyway. But because that ended up happening, I'm like, okay, it made it a little bit better. But even after that, bro, I'm like, after I got done with that, I'm like, I don't think I want to deal with this person anymore, because that was one date, bro. One date, and you doing that much. Like, we haven't even been together long, and you acting like that for one date. So I'm like, after that, bro, I'm like, I'm done. I ain't even talk to her again.
I don't know if I'm gonna recover from this one. I meet this pretty girl, we hit it off well, and I'm like, hey, let's go to dinner, you pick the spot. She goes, all right, let's go eat at my favorite Korean barbecue restaurant. I had never had Korean barbecue, but I figured I like Asian food and I like barbecue, so hell yeah, this is gonna be right up my alley. We're at dinner, it's going well, I am smashing this shit. I am dogging this Korean barbecue. This shit is so good. She's laughing at my jokes. The beer is cold. It's a good night. Y'all, and then the vibe changed quick. I'm sitting there and I start sweating. And if you had Korean barbecue, you know what I'm talking about now. So now we're in panic mode. And I'm like, shit, dude. Like, oh my God, I'm sweating. I'm sitting across this table, like, trying to keep my composure. But, like, I am not well right now. Over here about to catch a cramp. I'm clenching my butt cheeks so hard. I can't let anything out. I can't let a peep out, bro. She would have been knocked out. I'm trying to wrap this dinner up quick. I'm like, let me get the check. We get the check. We hop in the car. I'm like, all right, 10-minute drive to her crib. I drop her off. We're good. Yeah, that was the plan until we start driving and I start sweating worse and I'm clenching them cheeks, man. And she looks at me, she's like, are you good? I'm like, no, I'm not good. Thank God there's a Starbucks right there. I pull into the Starbucks, and when I hopped out that car, I knew I was in trouble. Yeah, tossed the underwear in the Starbucks trash can. Not the ideal situation, yeah. Then had to go drop her off at the crib. Dude, I think she set me up. Like, why did she make me go eat Korean barbecue? Like, what?